Champion Research is a series where I attempt to uncover a champion's hidden points by studying it. For the first episode, we have Yasuo, the Unforgiven.
People keep running into my blade.
Yasuo is an Aeonian exile who's accused of the crime of killing an Aeonian elder. Knowing that he did not do it, he seeks to find and punish the guilty. First thing to take into account is Yasuo's abilities. His passive, Way of the Wanderer, is a way to represent his exile, while his ultimate, Last Breath, represents his fights to the death. There are a few possible outcomes to the truth behind Yasuo's lore. The first one being the following. Yone, Yasuo's brother, mentioned how the one who killed the elder was a wind technique user, and at the time, a Noxian invasion was happening, with a certain wind blade wielder in it.
So much death.
Some people are convinced that Riven was the one who murdered the Aeonian elder while Yasuo was away. Even Yasuo himself suspects it.
Another wind blade? Who taught you that?
But the funny thing is we have close to no proof that Riven was indeed the one who did it. Why, you ask? Because the main suspect is someone else. Many people, after they commit a crime, feel extreme guilt, because the realization only comes after you end up committing the crime. What a person does after the crime, however, depends on the person. They either 1. Run forever, 2. Try to redeem themselves, or 3. Go into a state of denial. See what I mean? Riven, after realizing the horrible things Noxus had done and seeing how Singe just killed all of the warriors in the battle, allies and enemies included, she shattered her blade as a sign of a restart, a choice, to start anew, seek forgiveness, and redeem herself. But what if the one who killed the elder wasn't Riven, wasn't any other Noxian assassin, but was Yasuo himself?
It's just death. Nothing serious.
Imagine this. You're an extremely powerful ally, commanding the wind, and you're positive that you can go out there and change the outcome of the battle, save your friends and your family, protect your country, and then have a drink with them once again. And yet, your duty demands that you stay where you are and protect some unmoving elder while your family dies out there. The Aeonian War was an extermination. No Aeonian was supposed to return after going into battle, thanks to the poison made by Singe. And yet, in Yasuo's lore, there were never any details on where he went, who he fought with, which people saw him fight. He was stated to have left, then returned to find the elder already dead. But what if Yasuo never actually left? What if his mind made him picture himself going into battle, but instead he slaughtered the elder that was in the same room as him? Yone, Yasuo's brother, mentioned a very interesting detail when describing Yasuo. He said Yasuo was like a blade without a sheath, that it's easy to teach a swordsman how to kill, but difficult to teach him how not to do so.
Killing people is a bad habit, but I can't seem to quit.
Yasuo turned himself in for the crime of leaving the elder. Naturally, he would be punished because he was responsible for the elder's death. But then, he learned that the people suspected him of killing the elder, which really got to him. Just like any other person in denial, he set out to find the quote-unquote real criminal.
I will follow this path until the end.
But in doing so, was forced to kill many clan members, 2 of his friends, and his only family, his brother. And so, here's the question. Is it worth it? Is it worth killing your only family, your friends, and countless people just to prove yourself innocent? No, it's not. But not for Yasuo, because he's not innocent in the first place, which makes him desperate.
It is not yet time to die.
When addressing Riven, Yasuo mentions the following.
Broken sword, broken spirit.
My spirit is not lost. Learn from your mistakes.
In League of Legends, a lot of irony is used in the names. How a sweet name such as Annie bears a demonic child behind it. How an A meaning Lux belongs to a girl brainwashed by her nation. And in this case, Yasuo, who comes from Ionia, which is based on old Asian culture, especially Japan. Translating Yasuo's name to Japanese brings out the following words: honesty and peacefulness, which might resemble how he is lying to himself and how his lies are causing the aggressive behavior that happens. He has no family, no friends, no one left. All he has is the wind by his side. What if Yasuo's W ability, Wind Wall, symbolizes Yasuo's denial, believing he can block out anything with the wind, which he treats as a companion, not realizing that the wind he uses is his own self. By now, this man has done much, much worse than just leave some elder behind and get him killed.
Dying's the easy part.